I was actually born in Virginia. First, that was because my dad was in the service. I was first family member to be born outside of Arkansas, which is my heritage, the Ozark Mountains. That's why I spent my childhood in Arkansas. My dad taught at Nichols, was head of the music department for almost 20 years. So we moved to Louisiana when I was about 10 years old. And it was total culture shock, but I've grown to love it here. I love the food, love the culture especially. And that's why Louisiana will always be a part of me. I actually fell into mass communications by accident and ended up getting a double minor in art and mass communications, specifically television broadcast. Fell into it by accident. Met a fellow student who was getting ready to graduate. She wanted to do a music video for her senior project. I was in a band at the time, full-time musician, and perfect project for both of us. She ended up dropping out of school actually, and I edited the video over the summer, and that was my discovery of the mass communications department, and fell in love with it immediately. I'd done a couple of small projects, but within a couple of weeks of graduation, I had heard just through the grapevine that there was a feature film shooting in Vacherie, so I found out where they were, drove to the location, brought a resume just on the hopes that I might meet somebody. First person I met turned out to be the locations manager from Los Angeles, and he said, "I tell you what, I need to find some churches." This was a period piece, took place in the 1800s. Can you help me? And I was like, yeah, I know about 6 or 7 of them right now. Would I photograph them, send them to the production office? And that led to a job on the film, and that was my first major feature film. After graduation, I ended up working for the athletic department, specifically videographer for the football staff and the coaching staff. So I'd go travel to all the games, shoot video, break it down, offense, defense, special teams, so they can grade it on the Sunday after the game. And I did that for 7 or 8 years. That was a good job as well. An experience on feature films, of course, one of the job descriptions is production assistant, and that's pretty much bottom of the ladder. But at the same time, it's a great job if you want to learn, because you're working with every single department, whether it's transportation or the directors, but actually you're part of the director's team to help coordinate everything on the set, work with the actors, get them when they need to be there. So to me, that was a big eye-opener. First time I'd ever worked on a professional soundstage, Sony Picture Studios, and this was massive. And some of the, just to give you an idea of the level of this film, some of the actors, it was Antonio Banderas' first time directing, so that was his debut as a director, starring his wife Melanie Griffith. Big other actors were David Morris, Robert Wagner, the musician Meatloaf. It was just a great overall experience. I didn't mention Lucas. He was in Crazy in Alabama, one of the featured stars, and I really respected this kid. He was, I say kid because he was still probably in his early teens when we did Crazy in Alabama. When I first saw Fast and Furious, I was kind of shocked because he'd grown up so much. He was, twice the size as he was height-wise. Still sounds the same, but his voice was a lot deeper, obviously.
I'm a guy. It's in my DNA. So y'all race with these things, huh? Cute little toys.
But I loved the Fast and Furious film too, and he was very good in that. He really impresses me as an actor. Recently written a grant for to do a documentary about Bayou Lafourche. Well, that's a story I had been wanting to tell for 20 years because I see the litter, I see the trash, I see the environmental abuse that goes on with the bayou, and it's such a historical waterway that I just thought it was important for people to understand its significance and why they should be better stewards of the bayou and the area and our estuary, and hopefully through my films educate them to take better care of our environment. Well, my official title at Charter Media is Creative Services Supervisor, but we just production managers basically. I oversee all aspects of production here. We do commercial advertising, obviously, and so it's coordinating and with the clients, pretty much concept to completion, writing scripts, meeting with clients, coming up with ideas, shooting the commercials, editing the commercials, presenting them, and hopefully selling some products or business for the clients. Basically, I was just doing my job to the best of my abilities. A couple of commercials I was pretty fond of that I produced last year that I just submitted for consideration. And long story short, I got picked best top spot of the year. So that was good to be acknowledged for your work.
Wouldn't your money be happier at Synergy? Synergy Bank, changing the way you think about banking.